Hello there. Okay, me and everybody else are gonna make that joke, so I just wanted to do it the one time. Welcome back to the channel. We are watching the first episode of Obi-Wan. I have been dying for this show for I would say months, but it's been longer than that, pretty much since it was announced. I have been waiting for my boy to get here. I have been an Obi-Wan fan since Alec Guinness. I have Ewan McGregor as a Padawan tattooed on my back. I am in love. I think you could say. I think that's what that's called. Yeah, I'm in love. So pretty much, the my favorite things about any of the prequel movies are the fact that we get Obi-Wan. And I really liked in Clone Wars that we got more depth to his and Anakin's story. So it made that loss in Revenge of the Sith, I think, even more powerful. And it's kind of like what Clone Wars did with like the clone troopers. And when you rewatch those movies, it's very meaningful, the relationships that he had even with clone troopers. I don't know exactly what they're gonna bring up in this show. I'm not sure what's canon. I do know that it takes place in between kind of Clone Wars and Rebels, which I know that the animated shows, a lot of that stuff is happening. So I would say that it's very relevant. The fact that we get Inquisitors and the Grand Inquisitor, I'm pretty interested to get more of their backstory because we don't know a whole lot about them, and what we do know, is that they're pretty sinister, force sensitive, or they used to be former Jedi's, but definitely dark side. I'm really hoping that this kind of starts off giving us just, oh, where Obi-Wan has been, especially in the first episode, just kind of catching us up to our old friend and what he's been going through and how life has been treating him and what he's doing, like, taking care of Luke Skywalker. I think that I I'm pretty sure I'm gonna cry a lot. Yeah, pretty much getting Obi-Wan, period. We know that Hayden Christensen's in this, so the first moment that we get Vader, I think I'm getting emotional just even talking about it. I think it's gonna be it's gonna be a lot of feelings. A lot of stuff's gonna come rushing back. Um, and just like new stuff. And and filling in a little bit of things that maybe we already know on, like Inquisitors. I'd really like to know more about them because they're freaking cool. But for the most part, I'm really just hoping to enjoy this first episode and then maybe get the action ramped up in the second episode. I can't believe it's here. I can't believe it's early. Let's get into it. Oh, and before we start, we have to ask Vader. Um, are we gonna see you in this first episode? Oh, let's see. Yes, I have felt it. We're probably gonna get his presence in the first episode. They add the armorer? Younglings. I don't know if I needed a replay of Order 66, and I don't know why I didn't think I wasn't gonna get one. Wait. That looks like the hallway that we saw Grogu in. No. I mean, I don't know why I'm saying no. I know she dies.
What do we do now? We run.
Oh, Order 66 still hurts. 10 years later. Starting off right with the Grand Inquisitor. I'm here for it.
You know who we are.
Inquisitors.
You know what we do?
You hunt Jedi.
The Jedi hunt themselves. Jedi cannot help what they are. Their compassion leaves a trail. Perhaps the locals are stealing from you. So what is the Jedi to do? He cannot help it. So he steps in and saves your saloon. His compassion has been his undoing.
She got sick of it.
There.
You're wasting your time, you know that, right? You'll never find us all.
Ah.
What she's after scraps.
Scraps are all we have left. You will forget this fixation with Kenobi, or I will relieve you of your duties. Is that clear?
Yes, Grand Inquisitor.
So she really wants Kenobi. I wonder why.
Consider him forgotten.
Doubt it. Oh. Oh, gross. I never really considered what happens to them when they die out in the desert. Now we know. And I never considered that Obi-Wan Kenobi needed a job.
It's only half. Please, I have a family.
One more word, I take it all. Something you want to say?
Probably. It's not in his nature to not help. So they just leave the meat lying out? It's disgusting.
Do you have it? I'll give you 50. Yes, I had some parts stolen. I need a new processor board. If you're going to steal my parts and then sell them back to me, could you at least clean them first? Master Qui-Gon. Master.
That was not funny, nor was it fair. I thought we were going to get a little Qui-Gon ghost. Which just means at some point we might. I mean, he definitely looked like Anakin when Anakin was a boy. That had to be really hard. Oh, when you get all emotional. He left him a toy.
You're looking for somebody else.
What are you doing here, Obi-Wan?
My name is Ben. You must leave. Take this. Walk into the middle of the desert and bury it in the ground. Stay hidden.
What about the people that need us? What about the fight?
The fight is done. We lost.
What happened to you?
Yeah, I gave up.
The time of the Jedi is over.
Oh, I don't like hearing Obi-Wan say that.
Come on, let's hurry it along. How is she doing? She's ready?
Great.
Remember, my sister's whole family is coming. We need their support, so try not to make anyone cry.
She insisted you would find it amusing, Your Highness.
Oh boy.
Medical freighter. Pleasure barge, boring.
Of course she wouldn't like a pleasure barge, huh?
Manipulating ranger. Probably scouting for Mersan pirates.
Leia Organa. Down.
I just adore her.
If you behaved as well as you climb, you'd be a senator already.
It's not like anyone would miss me if I wasn't there. All I ever do is wave.
Then do more than wave. You get out of this what you put into it.
She definitely always wanted to be more than a princess.
I promise I won't do it again.
You know, I can feel you doing that.
So is Obi-Wan gonna travel to Alderaan to protect her as well?
I want you to stay away from him. We don't need anything from you, Ben.
He needs to see that. There's a whole galaxy out there.
I'm asking you to leave us alone, Ben.
We talked about this. When the time comes, he must be trained.
Like you trained his father? Anakin is dead, Ben. And I won't let you make the same mistake twice.
There's a Jedi hiding on this planet. We need to know.
You will be rewarded well.
Or you'll be punished.
Riva!
Hands go first. When you reach for anything, you think of us.
You have no rights here. We're not under the Empire.
She just cut a woman's hand off.
What's your name?
Oh, family's of no concern to you.
They might be. You got a Jedi on that farm too?
Yeah, technically.
Jedi vermin. I kill vermin on my farm.
Tell me where the Jedi is, or this man and his family die!
Man, she likes to overstep.
But you can save this man. Save his family.
Well, we know he doesn't die.
You know, if you remember anything, rewards will be given. Stand down, third sister. Now!
She is out of control.
Thank you, Owen.
I didn't do it for you.
Yeah. It's nice that we actually get to see some of Alderaan now, because it's not going to be around for much longer. I just love that you get to see Anakin's two kids. Hey, Jimmy Smits! But that you get to see Anakin's two kids with, like, adventure in their hearts. It's really pretty.
Your Highness.
Oh, thanks, Wyo.
My pleasure.
You think you're droids? You don't need manners when you're talking to a lower life form.
Then I guess I
shut
don't
up.
need manners when I'm talking to you.
You know, my father says they never let you leave this planet. They don't want anybody to know about you because you're not one of us. You're not even a real Organa.
This little kid.
You're scared of him. Your father. You want him to like you, so you repeat what he says, even though you don't really know what it means.
She's channeling her inner Carrie Fisher.
You've never made one decision for yourself in your entire life, and you never will. I may not have seen much, cousin, but I can see that.
I love her.
You owe him an apology.
I'd rather be digested by a Jacko beast.
I love this little girl so much.
I don't want to be a senator.
Which is why you'll probably be one of the best.
Not even a real Organa.
Don't ever say that. You are an Organa in every way. There are many ways to lead. You just have to find yours.
We will apologize.
Yes, Father.
I love that little mischievous look she gets.
Hello, princess.
Why are you here?
Just waiting
For what?
for you.
Is that Flea? Nice. I was like, how is this little girl getting away from these full-grown men? Is it their first time running in the woods? Oh, God. Is it Bail calling to Obi-Wan?
They
she would be. They were waiting.
She needs you, Obi-Wan. We can't trust anyone else.
It's been 10 years. I'm not who I used to be.
Why red?
She's headed for Dayu.
You should not have come. I'm not the man you remember.
Well, you're going to have to be.
I can't leave the boy.
This isn't about the boy, and you know it.
He's afraid.
You couldn't save Anakin. But you can save her.
And what if I can't?
For her. One last fight.
Give me one time. I'm not afraid of you.
Give it time.
Okay. Unburying something in the desert, huh?
He fought beside her father during the war. He'll come. The Jedi will hunt himself.
She's a really smart person. I don't particularly like her, but she's smart.
Well, you coming or not?
Bravo, Deborah Chow. Okay, like that was so I found myself getting rather emotional about Leia more than anything else, and I was really excited, obviously, to see Obi-Wan, but I didn't anticipate that we were going to get a young Leia. And boy, was that little girl channeling her inner Carrie Fisher. She's a feisty little one. I didn't expect Flea. I didn't expect Bail Organa and Jimmy Smits to be in this. A lot of wonderful surprises. And you know, Joel Edgerton, his Owen Lars is like, like Owen Lars was grumpy in A New Hope, and I understand it. But he really like sounded like him too. Like he did a really good job giving us Owen Lars. And I'm looking forward to kind of seeing what more we get from him, because I feel like there's emotion, there's more emotion behind it than what we originally thought, right? That it was just like a grumpy uncle. I think he's actually a fairly caring uncle. And I do really like that we got that scene where, you saw Luke pretending to be piloting a ship. And it didn't occur to me when we saw the trailer, but then when he's watching him from afar, he's seeing Anakin playing on Tatooine all over again. It's just that, like those little emotional things that kind of chip away at you. The intro that we got, kind of recapping everything, and then of course his dream sequence, it just kind of like really, it just reminds you like how much he cared about Anakin. The third sister, Reva, she's impulsive, kind of is just doing her own thing, which is interesting that the Inquisitors continually let her get away with that. Like, just talking to her doesn't seem to make her want to calm down about her quest to get Obi-Wan. So I'm really curious what her motivation is. I don't know if she is being pushed by Vader himself, and that's who's really like her driving force to find Obi-Wan. She's kind of vicious. I'm not sure if I like her style or not. I mean, she cut off an old woman's hand. Like, it just seems like unnecessary intimidation that didn't need to happen. And of course, we got the Grand Inquisitor, which I forgot was Rupert Fiend. I always say his last name wrong. But I forgot that he was Quill in Homeland. So, like, it was interesting to like hear his voice and see how he changed it to play the Inquisitor. And he seems fairly intimidating, but I will tell you that like Reva's more intimidating than he is. I think the hardest thing for me to like see is not having Obi-Wan be Obi-Wan. Um, there's no confidence there anymore. And even when the Jedi out in the desert asks him for help, he just tells him to hide. Obviously, the mission that he's going to go on, how Reva knew that, Leia was the one to take to kind of push him to do something, um, to reveal himself, is interesting. But the fact that he let the guy kind of get pushed around at the I guess the meat assembly line, whatever that is. They were just cutting. There's no packaging, and then they just leave it there. So I don't really understand what's going on. Someone has to explain that to me. But the fact that he just kind of like let that guy get pushed around, and that probably wouldn't have happened before. He just lets Owen, destroy the toy that he had left for Luke. And you know, as much as he wants to stand up to Owen and say like I'm going to train him, like he also kind of backs down from him as well, and that's very un Kenobi like. So it's really hard to see him in this position. He's not who we're used to seeing. He's not who he used to be. And I don't think in any aspect of any time that we've ever seen him in media have we seen a weak Obi-Wan, whether it was Clone Wars, Rebels, whether it was, the movies, like we've never seen him be like this. So, this is definitely a hard pill, I think, for me to swallow. Um, but I'm happy. I'm happy that Leia got kidnapped. That's a weird thing to say out loud. But I am because, obviously he's going to go and help rescue her. And obviously that helps keep Vader off of Tatooine, which I don't really imagine that Anakin in any way, shape, or form wants to return to his home planet. But that does mean that Obi-Wan will be on other planets and that Luke will be safe, but Leia won't be. Um, it's a very smart story. I'm kind of excited to kind of see where this goes. Had you told me that this was going to be a rescue mission for Leia, Princess Leia being kidnapped, I would have been like, well, that's a weird premise, which is why I don't write this shit and they do. So I'm gonna jump into the second episode. But I'm going to end this one here. Remember to like, subscribe. They will be released at different times, so turn on the notifications. That way you're notified when episode 2 is available, and I'll see you.